What's good, YouTube? We're back with another video of my raw picks. This event that we got coming up on the 14th of March is Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. But first, let's dive into what happened last weekend. UFC 326 BMF title fight. Holloway versus Oliveira 2. I didn't do too bad on the. Okay, I did pretty bad on the picks. Not gonna lie, I did pretty bad. 7 out of 12. I believe one of the fights got canceled. I think there was 13 or there was supposed to be like 13 or 14 fights, but I didn't do too hot. Like started off terrible. I think I dropped the first three. Luke Fernandez looked good, but then he didn't. So he was. It's like what they always say. He was winning the fight until he wasn't. So yeah, he lost. I didn't see much of this fight, or no, I did. So Tobias was just not as like aggressive. Yeah, he wasn't as aggressive, and he didn't score a lot. But I thought he'd get the finish. But yeah, big traps won, and then Aguilar lost. He was that range. He couldn't get within range. I thought it was gonna be the opposite, where he got in range, got a finish, or maybe took him down. But Sumidarji looked good, kept it standing, and yeah, we knew Cody Durden was gonna lose. But it's a Mongolian, dude. The Mongolians are different. I actually got that one perfect, and I picked the bootleg Taporia to win, but he's not bootleg Taporia. I can't call him that no more. Alberto Montes is legit. That's crazy. He actually called out getting the Darce choke, and he got it. That was a beautiful Darce choke. Oh no, sorry, Anaconda. It was an Anaconda choke. Beautiful Anaconda choke by Alberto Montes on Ricky Tercios. Ricky is just he fights tough dudes, and Ricky goes out there and bang, man. But yeah, it is what it is. We had Dante Johnson winning against Cody Brundage. Yeah, not too much to say about that. So this was probably like one of the worst fights I've ever seen in my life. Cody Garbrandt versus Long Zhao. If you've seen it, Long Zhao should have won. He had some crazy inadvertent strikes, foul shots. Like I don't know how many times he hit Cody Garbrandt in the groin. Cody Garbrandt was even throwing up in the octagon. It was crazy. But Long Zhao should have won that one. He was winning that one until he got like two. He got 2 points taken off. I haven't seen 2 points taken off ever. So that was the first time I saw that. And he got 2 points taken off. It was just like, dude, what are you doing? But yeah, and then Cody tried to act all mean and like he was like ready to kill the dude, and then he went out there and just ran around to secure the win. So it was bad fight. Opening up the main card, we had Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop, getting the KO. I predicted a KO. I didn't put a round on it, I guess, but yeah, whatever. Oh no, I think I put like second or third round, but yeah, this was a quick one. I think that was like maybe the third or fourth exchange between them. RoboCop caught him with clean left. I believe it was like a check left hook. Ugh, man, he looks like a freak. If you guys ever look up his physique, or if you're familiar with RoboCop, his physique is insane. So that was actually the second time they fought. They're 1-1. I think Bruno knocked out RoboCop the first time, so he got his revenge. So might see a trilogy sometime in the future. Next up in the main card was Drew Dober, Michael Johnson, which I actually predicted perfectly with a KO second round. Cool. Yeah, Michael Johnson, he's just dude, Michael Johnson still has crazy elite speed for his age. I think he's like almost 40. Crazy elite speed. But Dober caught that chin. Dober caught that chin. Next up was Raul Rosas Jr. versus Rob Font. I thought Raul would be more aggressive with his submission, but he was more kind of stalling, I would say. I mean, it's a fight, right? If you can dominate the guy, dominate the guy. But I feel like he should have been going for a finish more with his grappling and ground game and hunting for a submission, because Rob Font had no answer for the grappling. Um, yeah, on the feet, I don't think Raul wanted to stay on the feet as much and test it in fear of getting caught. But I mean, when the grappling's working, bro, you take it. It's a fight, you know. The way to he's trying to get to the belt, so the best way to get to the belt for him would be getting these wins, making it look easy. taking low damage, and that's what he did. So can't blame the kid. I mean, he's younger than me, dude. He's 21, I think, trying to be a champ in a couple of years, beat John Jones' record. Next up, we had Kyle Bohayo defeating Reiner de Ritter via decision, and it kind of played out how I thought it would. But I thought RDR was even. I thought it'd be a little bit of a higher level fight. But RDR came out pretty flat, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know what he's got going on or what he's got coming up in his career, even for middleweight. Like, I mean, he can get a win against like a top 10 dude and then be back in the picture, be a couple fights off. But the back-to-back losses, I mean, the last loss to Brendan Allen was understandable, knowing that he did that many weight cuts in a year. But this one, he looked super flat. Didn't really look like he wanted to be out there. And Kyle just, Kyle did more than him. I wouldn't say Kyle like dominated. It didn't look like a domination. Kyle did what he did to win, but Kyle won the fight. That was obvious. I had it 29-28, 1-3 to Kyle, but I think the judges had it like all 30-27. But I mean, it's understandable. RDR didn't do much. And then in the BMF title, which stands for the baddest MF, yeah, I think that title may be done, man, because Charles won the fight. I started my MMA I started my MMA journey with jiu-jitsu. I'm a jiu-jitsu fan. I like jiu-jitsu. But like in MMA, you're fighting for the BMF. I don't think anyone wants to see jiu-jitsu. Unless it's jiu-jitsu that's going for a sub. Charles was going for the sub. Max had great defense, but like when it's just one guy attacking and one guy defending, especially in grappling, it's very lopsided, one-sided. Nobody wants to see that. And that's what happened. Yeah, it was 50-40. Max couldn't get up, dude. He couldn't get up. So it is what it is. So yeah, that was the predictions for that. I went 7 for 12. Not too good, but I got 4 perfect. So pretty cool. And next up we got UFC Fight Night. Emmett versus Vallejos. So let's get straight into those picks, guys. Let's see what we got. How many fights is it? I think it's still like 16 fights or something. I don't think so. 16 is a lot. Maybe like 14. They usually do 14. So we got Pereira Rodriguez versus Sam Hughes. And I also thought of like actually stopping doing prelims and early prelims because like sometimes I don't really watch it or sometimes it's not into it or I don't know the fighter. So it's kind of hard to get a gauge on the pick. And I think that's why I did so bad in the beginning of the last card. Like I dropped the first 3 because I just wasn't familiar with the people. Like these two, I'm not familiar with them. I haven't seen them fight. So she has a win over Caitlin Souza, Josephine Knutson, okay, Julian Robertson. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to call it, bro. It's about the same age. Got a height advantage, a little bit of a reach advantage. We'll just go her by decision. Next up, we got Luan Lacerda versus Etcher Sosa. So we got a debutante in this guy. Big favorite. 14-1. So this guy's got a win. Yeah, we'll go this guy. This Contender Series. Yeah, it's from Spain. So yeah, we'll go him by KO. We'll go KO round 2. Round 2 KO. I don't know why. I like the round 2 KO. Just seems like a good pick. Next up, we got Bia Mesquita versus Montse Rendon. I've seen both of them fight. Montse, I believe I've seen her fight before. Definitely seen Bia fight, and Bia is a BJJ, like, she's one of the greatest BJJ. I don't know if this is, someone might have to fact check me, or, like, I haven't done the research on this, but apparently she's, like, very decorated in BJJ, in the gi. From what I've known or what I've seen. So I'm going to go her. I think she's like kind of like a Ronda Rousey. She has judo skills as well. We're going to go her by submission. I think she gets a sub. Round one sub. It's my opinion. Yeah, so she's undefeated. Rear naked choke. Yep. Let's see. Monse. I think, yeah, I can't remember if I saw any of her fights. I think I did see this Vidal fight. I think it was terrible. But 34 was 36, so about decent. B is shorter, but I think that's going to be better for her. She trains at American Top Team, so she probably has better training partners and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm picking B on that one. Brad Tavares versus Eric Anders. This is the fight of the OG, like, UFC middleweights. Like, these dudes are so OG. And in this fight, I'm going to go Brad Tavares personally. I don't really care what the odds say. I like Tavares. I think he gets a decision. They're both on, like, the outskirts of their career. I think they're both, like, on the way out of the UFC, just trying to put up a banger. And I think this one will be a banger, honestly, but I think it'll go the distance. I don't think they'll finish each other, but I think Tavares will do more. I think he's more active. Next up, these guys look like debuts. Bolaji Okai versus Manuel Souza. Interesting names. Belgium. Wow. Okay, so we got a Belgian black guy and a Brazilian. Wow, heavy Souza favorited. LFA, Bellator, PFL. Okay, so he has some experience. Great experience. 4 fights in the last 2 years. 3-1. Okay, this guy's been in the UFC. He has a drop to Chris Duncan, who's a monster. Chris Duncan is a dog. Mason Jones, elbows from Mount. So if this seems like his guillotine choke, so his grappling is not good. And let's see how he wins. Punches, unanimous decision, unanimous left hook. So he seems more of a striker. Yeah, we'll go with the Tide. I'm not, like I said, this is another one I'm not familiar with. So we'll go with the Tide to see what people are saying. They're saying KO. I'm going to say decision. I don't think it finishes. Elijah Smith, dog, versus Su Young Yu. We're going Elijah Smith. His power bomb that he did in his last fight, that was crazy. Yeah, he slammed a dude unconscious. Whew, that was, oh my gosh, that was vicious. So we're gonna pick him. I'm gonna say TKO. I'm gonna say second round. Second round. I'm liking the second round TKO. TKO. Vitor Petrino versus Steven Asplund. So Vitor Petrino looks really good at heavyweight. After his stint in lightweight, it just didn't work out. But Steven Asplund had that dog in him in his last fight, and I'm not going to bet against him. Not like I'm betting anyway, but I'm not going to pick against him. I like him. I think he grinds him down. And I've seen Petrino lose before. Yeah, the Dustin Jacoby fight. Yep, that, and then he went up to heavyweight after that. See, this is all heavyweight fights. Austin Lane, Thomas Peterson. So he's fought bigger dudes, and he's outlasted them, getting a rear naked choke, a right uppercut left. So he's, he stands up and fights. But dude, I like Steven Asplund. His fight against Sean Sharaf was nice. He put the hands on him, and he's a chunky boy, man. He's not afraid to admit it. Chunky boy gets after it. I pick Asplund's submission. Nah, it's gonna be decision. But I can see him getting a KO. I can see it going either way. Petrino, if Steven Asplund's cardio ain't there, I can see it. But Steven Asplund's cardio in the last fight looked really good, man. He looked like he can go rounds. Chris Curtis versus my Miktebek. I think they pronounce it like Miktebek Orobai. I like Chris Curtis, man, but Orobai looks good since going up to welterweight. He has a win against Uros Medic, who we just saw knock out Jeff Neal. He has a win against Brenner. He lost to Rebicki. But yeah, his overhand right, he knocked out Jack Hermanson cold. That was a good fight. And let's see, Chris Curtis has a draw against Imavov. So accidental clash of heads, beat Mark Andrew Barrialt. Split decision against Brendan Allen, who is top 5 middleweight. Loss against Kopilov and a win against Max Griffin. Max Griffin isn't really a quality win. I'm going to go Odobai by submission. I think he gets a submission round 3. Probably going to be a decision, but Bruno Silva versus Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson does have a win over the current flyweight champion, Joshua Van. I just think St. Louis got that dog, man. We're gonna go Johnson. Silva didn't look too bad in his last fight. His fight before that, yeah, Joshua Van fight, he got KO'd. His last fight, Hyun Sung Park took his O. And if we look at Charles Johnson, wow, just fought a month ago. Alex Perez. I'm trying to think if I don't remember seeing that fight. Left hook, wow. But Charles Johnson gets after it, man. He fights pretty often. Has a win against Loner Kavanaugh, who actually just beat Brandon Moreno, UFC Mexico. So he beat Loner Kavanaugh, took away his O, and Loner Kavanaugh destroyed. Well, not destroyed, but like he outclassed Moreno. So we're gonna go Johnson. I think he gets the finish late round 3. Next up, Umar Sy versus Iwan Kutelaba. I don't really like Iwan Kutelaba. He's a bit dramatic for me. I don't think he relies on the dramatics and antics more than his fighting, at least recently. And let's see, he's coming off a loss to Modestas Paskowskis, but he does have a finish against Ivo Nazlan, Ivan Erzlan. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of these fights personally. Yeah, but we're gonna go Sai. He's just younger. Oh wow, he's not even that much younger, but younger dude, taller, crazy reach advantage, 8-inch reach advantage. That's a lot. I'm gonna go decision because Kutelaba can take a hit. Let's see. We got Marwan Rahiki versus Harry Haddock. Harry Haddock isn't bad, but if you guys saw Harry Haddock's last fight against Kawe Fernandez, it's a literal KO, TKO, KO, I guess. Yeah, KO slash TKO. I think it was a TKO by calf kick. Kawe Fernandez kicks were crazy. So if this guy can kick, I think this is his guy's debut. Yeah, so just came out the contender series. If this guy's kicks are legit like that, he can. That's the same path to victory. So I'm gonna pick him. Nothing against Harry, but yeah, I think Harry gets finished round 2. I like the round 2 KO. Andre Touchy-Feely versus Jose Delgado. This should be a layup, bro. Like everyone's counting Philly out, and it's actually crazy because Andre Philly's been in the UFC a while. Like I think he fought Max Holloway like 2015, 2014, something like I don't know if he like left the UFC or got cut and then came back or something, but I used to think like a couple years ago I used to thought Andre Philly was like a up and comer, but he's a vet, bro. He's a vet. 25-12, he has some wins and losses. It's a credible dude. Dan Igael, uh Melky Melky Melquizael. Melky Melquizael Costa, and a split decision win over Christian Rodriguez, who we saw, I think, in UFC Mexico, who had a quality win. I'm trying to think who Christian Rodriguez fought. I don't think it was Cheeto. Did he fight Cheeto? He might have fought Cheeto. I can't remember. Dang, I can't remember. But Christian Rodriguez is legit, and he has a win over him. And his last fight, he lost to Nathaniel Wood, who's decent. Nathaniel was decent. He beat Hyder Amil. I know that guy. He's a pretty good Filipino fighter. Connor Matthews and LFA and all that. So it's crazy. A lot of people are going Delgado. MMA Lab. The age does favor him. I'm gonna go Philly. I don't know. I think the vet just has the answers, and a lot of people aren't going with that, but I'll go with it. The co-main event, we got Amanda Lemos versus Jillian Robertson. Amanda Lemos, lost to Suarez, unanimous decision. Pretty streaky lately. Robertson's riding a nice streak. And has the age advantage, 8-year age difference. She's taller, little bit less reach, but we'll go Robertson by decision. I don't think there'll be a finish in that one. And the main event, Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. I'm going to go Kevin Vallejos. His last fight, was a spitting back fist KO of TKO of Giga Giga Jikatse. If you guys haven't seen that highlight, go watch it. But Kevin Vallejos is a serious threat on the feet. Josh Emmett, we know he has bombs. What he did to Bryce Mitchell, that was legal violence, legal murder, bro. Like that was nuts. But we're gonna go with Kevin Vallejos. I think he can get a finish. I haven't seen his ground game, so I'm just gonna say this fight stays standing. It stays standing. I think he finds Emmett's chin, and Emmett is on quite the streak, man. Out of his last 5, he has L's. He's got that armbar. That Yusuf Zalal armbar was crazy. That was a crazy nice armbar by Zalal. Like, I think he had it. Dude, it was quick too. Like, I think Josh Emmett verbally tapped on that submission just because it was sunk in. But yeah, so a 17-year age gap. This may be one of the biggest age gaps I've seen personally. But I got Vallejos by KO. We'll say round 3. I don't think it goes too long, too deep into the fight. I think early round 3, after Vallejos gets a feel for him and gets the range, I don't think Vallejos will get clipped. If he does get clipped, it'll be early. Josh Emmett those bombs. If he wins, it'll be early. But the later rounds, I think it favors Vallejos and the young blood. So that's been it for my UFC. For the Raw picks. UFC Fight Night. Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. As always, appreciate you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if my picks are off. Let me guess. If you're watching this, guess what you think I'm going to go based on my predictions. I think I'm going to get at least like 9 fights right. I think I'm going to get like 9 out of this. But, yeah. I'm going to say 9. But as always, appreciate you guys for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.